On behalf of the entire MobTube family of platforms, we celebrate and salute our veterans, those who are with us today and those who paid the supreme sacrifice for our nation. Members and followers of MobTube can speak freely today because of America's most cherished right, as guaranteed to us all and enshrined under the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, freedom of speech, to speak our minds and share our most private thoughts. Men and women from the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines, the entire Department of Defense establishment, and the intelligence community all come together daily to protect our homeland, both here and abroad. Many do not come home. They join the spirits of the fallen in honor and glory. In 1921, an unknown World War I American soldier was buried at Arlington National Cemetery. This site on a hillside overlooking the Potomac River and the city of Washington, D.C., became the focal point of reverence for America's veterans. Similar ceremonies occurred earlier in England and France, where an unknown soldier was buried in each nation's highest place of honor. These memorial gestures all took place on November 11th, giving the universal recognition to the celebrated ending of World War I at 11 a.m. on November 11th, 1918. It is remembered as the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. This day became known as Armistice Day and officially received its name in America in 1926 through a congressional resolution. It became a national holiday 12 years later by similar congressional action. If the idealistic hope had been realized that World War I was the war to end all wars, November 11th might still be called Armistice Day. But a few years after the holiday was proclaimed, war broke out in Europe. 16.5 million Americans took part. 407,000 died in service, and more than 292,000 in battle. General Douglas MacArthur once said, quote, "It is the soldier above all others who pray for peace. For it is the soldier who must suffer and bear the deepest wounds and scars of war." Today we pause to consider all of our war dead, the 655,000 in our Civil War, 36,516 on the Korean Peninsula, 58,220 in the jungles of Vietnam, and thousands more that were lost in Afghanistan and Iraq, and other small wars and combat actions where so many traded their lives that final day so that we and our children may have future tomorrows. As we think of the current conflict in Ukraine and Syria, let us remember what Abraham Lincoln said as he dedicated the battlefield at Gettysburg. Quote, "The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here." As all of us on the MobTube family platforms and all of our followers enjoy this blessed day, we give thanks to all who have served, especially those whose families live on only with the spirit of their passing. God bless you all, and now please sit back and enjoy our show.